Before we start, I would just like to thank you all for the support on my last video. It's now one of my most viewed videos ever, and all the feedback that you guys gave was really helpful, so thank you so much. We even got a comment from YouTube sensation Winder, who's one of my biggest inspirations and idols, which is just insane. So thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello and welcome to Balatro, the poker roguelike that I'm definitely not addicted to. Today I'll go over the 4 main things that explain what this game is about, so at the end of the video you'll know everything there is to know about this absolutely brilliant game. To begin, we'll start on the gimmick, then move to visuals, and end on how insanely addictive this game is and cost. So what's the gimmick of the game then? Well, I'll tell ya. Gambling, poker and addiction. Which basically means you play cards and have fun. The main aim of the game is to progress through 3 stages known as blinds by collecting enough chips in each one to move on. If you fall short on chips on any blind though, your run will end and you'll be forced to start over. If you do manage to collect enough chips, then you'll move on to the next blind and then the next until you reach the boss, which is a special modifier to increase difficulty. Most of them only debuff cards, but if you get needle early game, then you might as well quit. But please, please, please. Found the last card. No. If you do win though, you will level up to a new ante where more chips are needed per blind to progress. The cycle continues until you either fall short on chips or complete all 8 antes and beat the game. Sounds simple, right? Well, we haven't even covered the upgrade yet. At the end of each blind, you will receive money which can be used at the shop to buy upgraded cards to improve your deck. When you're in a blind, 2 factors determine how many chips you get from a hand, score and mult. Score is how much a certain card or hand type is worth, and mult is the value that the score is times by to give you your final amount of chips. In other words, the higher the score and mult, the more chips you get, so increasing these values is incredibly important. To do so, you buy probably the most important things in the game, jokers. Jokers are specialised cards which have effects on score and mult, and are the main aspects that define the game's gimmick. Some simple, some hard, jokers come in many different variants and types, but mostly they you do things like this. Physics level 3 with the heart. Already plus 80, and the one from that. And the tilt. Oh my god! 6 foul! We cleared it in one hand! We cleared it in one hand! Are you kidding? There's over 100 of them to collect and find throughout the game, meaning every run has an intense amount of variety and options to consider, making it infinitely replayable. I could go on and on about planet and tarot cards, vouchers and decks, which give the game even more replayability, but I don't want to bore you, so I'll move on to point 2, visuals. Visuals in this game are simple but incredibly optimised and realistic to the actual game. The designs of the cards, chips and table are all incredibly accurate to what they'd look like in real life, giving it a great atmosphere and overall energy. Even though the animations are small, they're streamlined and insanely fluid, keeping the game fun and easy to keep track of. When you play a strong hand, effects are added like screen shake, fire and changes in light to give the feeling of power and satisfaction when the hand is played. Also, all special cards like jokers and planet cards are given individual pixel perfect designs to show each of their abilities and characteristics, and when cards have special buffs like holographic or foil, they have added filters and effects to show that as well. Now moving on to point 3, this game is too addictive. I've had this game for a week and I've already got way too many hours in it. Every single second of my free time has been spent playing this game and I've not found it boring at all. There's just something about this game that makes you just want to keep playing it over and over again. It might be the use of poker's real life addictive qualities, or it just might be how simple and replayable it is. And it isn't just me who spent loads of time playing. Balatro recently hit 1 million purchases in just under 2 months, and the reviews for the game are filled to the brim with positive feedback and support for the developers. When you look at Balatro's Steam page, there's almost always constant live streams of pre-recorded footage showing the players who have spent thousands of hours building up the perfect deck to win without fail. Also, as you progress, interesting new cards, blinds and modifiers appear, keeping you hooked and wanting more. Finally, point 4, price. This game is only £12, and for the amount of content it offers, it's an absolute bargain. To find a game with as much content as Balatro for such a little price is incredibly rare and hard to do, which is why this video exists. If you're looking for a new game that you can play for hours on end, this is it people, this is that game. So yeah, that's this month's video. If you enjoyed, then please consider liking and subscribing, and leaving a comment if you want me to play a game that you know. Also, my next video is going to be on a game called Tiny Rogues, so if you're a fan of that, then stay tuned for the video's release. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.